I don't like that. I'm recreating myself, and I ain't looking back. And they gon' criticize my future, it's like they did my past. Picked up the mic, dropped the packs, cause now I'm fighting back. I'm trying to rebuild them communities I was killing fast. Yup. And with a master plan and discipline, I'ma turn my young dog niggas into some businessmen. Focus on what we got in common, not our difference.
White Chalk Yellow Tape podcast, man. I had to get a living legend for the first episode.
Damn.
My boy kNERO, he's a celebrity barber, master barber, been cutting hair for 27 years, a talented musician, nominated for Artist of the Year plenty of different times, great father, and a content creator. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, brother.
What's up, guys? That's a pleasure for calling me a living legend, man. A lot of dudes don't know how long I've been doing this. You know what I mean? I'm off and on with it, behind the scenes with it. Yeah, West Africa, Liberia, Brooklyn raised. Now I'm in Dallas, Texas, living a good life.
Right. Let's talk about your background and how you grew up. I know you said you came from Africa, but you grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So how was it growing up in Brooklyn in like the 80s and the 90s?
80s and the 90s was crazy. There used to be gangs that don't exist no more called Decepticons and Deceps. That was like before Bloods and Crips even came to the East Coast. So it was good. At the same time, it was just the struggle, you know what I mean? Moms and dad. I was raised with both parents in the crib. They're still together to this day.
Okay.
I'm fortunate and blessed for that. So that was the peaches and cream. Like, cats used to come to my crib because it was warm.
Right.
They used to feel like my house was like, exactly, you know what I mean? I had brothers and sisters that didn't raise with the way I was raised.
Right.
So they came from broken homes, unfortunately. So when they came to my crib, it felt like the Cosby Show, they used to tell us, you know what I mean? I was like the only dude in the hood with an encyclopedia.
Functional.
Yeah, we had a encyclopedia in the crib. My father, he's sharp, he's super keen, you know what I mean? So, and that's like in the buildings, in the projects. But outside of my house was like, if you ever seen Lion King and Mufasa told Simba, don't go to the dark side. That was outside of my house. So it was a balance, and I think that's what shaped and molded me and my older brother to understand the gifts and the curve that type of lifestyle can provide for us.
Right. So do you feel like, cause you know this part, and he's the fashion icon. I don't want to forget that. My boy's a sneaker. He got any sneaker you could think of. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
He's a fashion icon. Do you feel like there's any tools that you can tell the youth? But that's what this podcast is really based about.
Yeah.
I was in the streets, made a transition.
Yeah.
And a lot of youth watch my page. Do you feel like what tools that you was able to use to escape or transition from the streets to being a successful businessman that I know you is today?
Making all the mistakes you can. That's how I got to where I got to. Like, I just had a conversation with my mom the other day, and she's like, damn, I can't believe this is you. Because I was a knucklehead. I had to go through my trials and tribulations to understand. Not saying people should just jump out the window and go to experience some ill will type situation, but just understand that follow your heart, follow your first brain. Most people don't know is your gut, so follow your gut and just move with life, man. Experience is the best teacher, so that was my tool, experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I had my moms and my dad raising us, but my brother and I were still knuckleheads, you know what I mean? They was telling us what to do, how to do it, but the influence of the streets took us somewhere else, you know what I mean? So just follow your heart, man. If you know there's something not right for you, don't deal with it, man. And it's not being a so-called sucker or a square, that's not a problem, you know what I mean? I won't mind if none of my daughters brought home a square to the house when they get older, you know what I mean? I would want that. I don't want my daughters around people that's going to mislead them and things of that nature. So the best tool I would say is just following your heart, follow your gut, follow your intuition and your instincts, because that's key right there.
Right. I agree to experience. I would say that, through my experience that I learned, for me to get away from the streets, I had to change my environment.
That's a fact.
And my mindset. But I changed my mindset when I did 7 years in prison.
That's the key right there, your mindset, man.
And but some people like me, I couldn't just change my mindset. I was still in that negative ass environment, so I had to get the fuck out of Buffalo, New York.
To change your mindset.
Change my environment too.
Yeah, because your environment is what makes you at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You can't, we seen Tarzan.
Stronger than nature, yes.
Tarzan's a whole human, if it's a real story. He's a whole human. He's walking around swinging through trees with a bunch of monkeys.
Right. So, moving right along, can you speak to the, to the young folks on what are some of the ramifications and consequences, repercussions of being in the streets?
That's just death, jail, disloyalty.
For real.
STDs, drugs, you know what I mean? Police. People gotta understand the prison industrial system is a business. It's no different from Walmart, McDonald's, going to a barbershop. It's a business.
Right.
And for a business to function, you need products.
That's a fact.
And when you commit these crimes, they want you to do so. And when you commit these crimes, you are a product for the prison industrial system. That's how they make money.
Right.
It's just common sense. So once you understand that and put that in perspective that this is an organized business, I suggest for you to get away from that. It's like you a bag of chips.
Yes.
It ain't wise.
Right.
It's Doritos.
Because, African American, we make up about 10 to 13% of the total U.S. population, but blacks and other minorities make over 50% of the prison population. So it's like you say,
it's a business, man.
We're on the market.
You're on the market, and you got to understand, don't participate in that type of shenanigans because they're profiting off of your life.
Yes.
They making money off of you while you suffering and pain for your stupidity, or even not your stupidity, because a lot of brothers in there that have never committed the crime and they falsely, you know what I mean, arrested. So
I agree.
They make money off of this. So your best bet is to not involve yourself into that business.
Right.
Simple.
I see you got that shit on, man. And, a lot of young folks watch my page. I be trying to, get dressed, but I see you. I be on your page. I see you really put that shit on.
Since high school, man.
So who was some people that inspired you, and how did sneakers become a passion of yours? Where did that come from? Tell us about that.
Hip hop, man. Hip hop. Cats like Grand Poobah. I'm showing my age right now. Grand Poobah. You know what I mean? Grand Poobah. He would stay with the Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, Nautica. Of course, Wu-Tang, Raekwon, Ghostface. Some cats stay fly. That's like my big homie Raekwon right there. Just hip hop in general and in the streets, because going to high school, you had to if you wasn't fresh into your fabrics, or you get roasted all day. And you want the girls. And when you see dudes, the dope boys on the street, they pulling up with the big whips, fly. You're inspired by that, you know what I mean? You get influenced by that. So that's always with me and my brother, always. Now, coming from an African background, my father's crazy militant. He used to get fresh too. I ain't even gonna sit here and cap like my father wasn't a fresh.
Right.
He was fresh, but he wasn't fresh into the American type of style, you know what I mean? The urban. So my mom, she would see how we used to want certain things, and that's how she understood, okay, this is what my kids are into. So she tried to involve herself into the fashion and know what, and she would go get us some polo. And I can't even forget, I ain't even gonna front. Yeah, TV shows like New York Undercover. Again, I'm showing my age. The Wayne Brothers.
Right.
There was another sitcom, man, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, cause what's his name? Carlton used to have the polo drip on all the time.
He did.
He weirded like a squid, but the drip was there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was fly, bro. So things like that used to influence my brother and I. We used to get fresh all day because of high school, man.
Right.
Word up.
Yeah, I want y'all to follow my big bro page, man. He be putting that shit on. He can definitely inspire y'all.
For sure.
Who would you say in hip hop right now that who put that shit on?
Oh man.
You had to give me a few names that put that shit on.
They
don't dress like a mannequin. They ain't got a stylist. They put that shit on.
I'm gonna give it to the homie. Fabulous.
That's
Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn all day. Fab be getting it. He be throwing the drip on. Absolutely. We got to give it to Kanye, you know what I mean? That guy is like an innovator.
Yes.
I see other fashion platform like Colin Line, they take the subtle colors that he used, like the type of nude, you know what I mean? Kanye is the goat of all that. Fab too, man, you know what I mean? I give them dudes the top tier fashion guys, man. ASAP Rocky, he's there, but he kind of left field with it sometimes, you know what I mean? But they all get drippy. Pharrell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pharrell get drippy.
And they got him. He making these.
Yeah. He with the Louis Vuitton right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, he official.
He doing his thing up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not really my right hand man. He call himself a fashion guy. I'm not really. I'm trying to get into it, but
yeah, man. It's just fashion's expression, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wanna. Some dudes they would throw on anything.
Right.
And want to call it fashion.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Just because you weird with the fashion don't mean that it's fashionable.
Yeah.
But who am I to say it's not fashion? I'm just a observer.
My right hand man always be saying, my boy D Money, he always be when I might have on all Gucci. He be like, yeah, cause you got that all Gucci.
That
on,
don't mean
nigga,
nothing, bro. It's ugly.
Yeah. You ain't doing it right.
Word. Oh, I'm gonna give it to West Side Gun, kid. Your hometown, Buffalo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? West Side be putting it down,
putting
bro.
That shit on.
He definitely be doing it.
Yeah.
Word up.
I be seeing that.
Yeah, West Side's official, man. But yeah, you just can't put on anything and say it's fashion, bro. Just because you, I understand you, it's a sense of expression, but it's not fashion, bro.
Right. What's your favorite sneaker, and what drew you to Jordan 1s?
My favorite sneaker is Air Force Ones, hands down. You know what I mean? Hands down, it's ones. Jordans, the Jordan 1s. This is my wife got me into Jordans.
Okay.
'Cause when I first met her 14 years ago at this particular date, she was into sneakers, and she had a mob of Jordans, and I'm like, damn. And I'm like, yo, since she introduced me to that, I've been on that all the time. Now she don't even wear sneakers like that. She grown up, so she just mainly lady stuff, a woman. But she wears sneakers obviously when she work out in the gym and things of that nature.
Right.
But yeah, man, my wife got me into the sneakers.
Oh, okay. That's a beautiful thing, man. You want to speak on that was gonna be the last. That's why I put you on the hot seat with this last question. But we can speak on it a little bit. I still save one of them questions for later.
Yeah.
You want to speak on? I watch a lot of podcasts and they speak on the dynamics with modern day woman and man. You say you've been married 14 years?
I've been with my wife 14 years, 14 years, married 13.
Can we speak on?
If that makes sense.
Can you
I'm
speak
happy off.
to the youth on what you believe the role of, a man should be in a woman as opposed from the modern to traditional? What's your beliefs?
A provider, a protector, a healer. Those three components, I believe, and trustworthy. Communicator,
Yes.
because communication is key. A lot of us just want our cake and eat it too. We know we have a baddie, and there might be some things that she's not orchestrating right for you, so it makes you want to go to another side to go find that. But when you go find it, that's probably temporarily.
Right.
So is it worth it? So back to the communication. If you sit down and have a conversation with her and let her know, like, yo, there's certain things that we missing. Can we do this and can we do that?
Right.
I would like to think if she wants to be with you, she's going to want to fill those voids. And if she don't, unfortunately, she ain't the one for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you're going to settle and just deal with what you got, because the key to keep that marriage together is communicating and loyalty.
Communication, that's the jewel. Y'all pay attention to that.
So if you don't got those,
Communication and loyalty.
if you don't got those, what are we doing? And that's in all relationships. Because if we start a business and I can't communicate with you about certain things you're doing within the business,
Exactly.
what's the point of me starting a business with you?
I can't hold you accountable.
I can't hold you accountable. And
I'm
that's the
big
key
on
thing too,
accountability. I'm big on
accountability.
accountability,
That's a
yes.
fact. My wife is super accountable for anything that she do or say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how you grow.
If you ain't accountable to anything, you're not growing,
growing
bro.
or evolving.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, that's immaturity. Like, bro, I'm say like this. It might be far-fetched, but I'm gonna say it. If somebody snuffed my mom's, if somebody snuffed my mom's and I'm like, yo, all right, what happened? I know, you know, my first thought process going, I want to lay a dude down. But it's like somebody snuffed my mom's and I come to find out like my mom's did everything to provoke the person, to hit her. I'm going to have an understanding like, yo, mom, why you do that?
Right.
We're humans. Like at the end of the day, it's like you caused that individual to do what they did.
It's critically thinking.
That's it, bro. So you have to understand, like, I'm not going to jump out the window because
jeopardize my life.
Yeah, because you my mom. That's why I tell dudes in my book that I wrote, Homeless with a Record Deal.
I want to speak about that.
Don't get blinded by titles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people get blinded by titles.
That's deep.
You see what I'm saying?
Don't
like,
get blinded by titles.
Don't get blinded by titles because police officers, we hold them with high expectations.
Right.
So we expect them to do certain things. Nah, they're humans at the end of the day. Judges, moms, dad, brothers and sisters, wives and husbands. We expect certain things due to that title because those titles position comes with a great responsibility. So we are expecting people to do certain things. But at the end of the day, everybody's a human being. So don't really hold them to that title position because at the end of the day, again, we humans, man.
Yes, I agree. So, you know, as I watch a lot of different podcasts,
Yeah.
when they bring up relationships, and I do it on my podcast too. We speak about, I'm learning that people feel like love is not enough.
It's crazy to
You're
me.
not building with your significant other, and it's like, I notice in this generation that whenever people feel like they're not being satisfied with that emotional feeling of love, they just ready to, it's no sacrificing. Nobody want to sacrifice nothing in this generation. It's all transactional.
Because not for nothing, love is not enough.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I mean? It's not. I could love you,
Right.
but then again, because we freestyling.
Right.
Love is the umbrella of a lot of things.
Right.
So maybe love is enough.
Yeah.
Just people that's claiming they love you is not giving you the full potential of what love is.
Yeah.
Because love is unconditional. Love is not stupid. Love is gonna communicate. Love is going to accept your flaws.
Right.
And place you in your position when you feel like that person is going left field. So maybe love is everything at the end of the day, because love is going to keep the world running.
Right.
So I feel
like you gotta be, I feel like if you building, I feel like we gotta be building something together as well.
that's a fact, but that's part of love.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if I love you, even say, again, go back to business.
Right.
Say I don't love you, but I love the business that we're doing. You're gonna benefit from everything because what we're doing, I love it so much. I'm passionate about it.
Right.
So therefore, you're gonna reap the benefit. You might be doing some things, and that love could also blind a person.
Yes.
Because I might see your flaws, and I'm like, damn, I'm in love with this so much.
Yes. That you expect, like, a lot of time when I'm dealing with women and I love them, you overlook shit.
That's
like,
a fact.
I'm expecting you to be what I see the potential for
That's
your
a
ass
fact.
to be.
That's a fact. You know what I mean?
But I'm not looking at you for who you is. Like,
exactly.
When the person show you who they is, you better believe it.
That's
man.
a fact, and that's why we got to sit back out of that love sometime and be like, hold up.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm seeing what you're doing, and we ain't rocking. Yeah. That's why I learned a lot in the last 2 years since I've been in here in Texas. Like, yo, you got to put yourself. That's where the love comes first. You know what I mean? Put yourself first. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you might...
Self-love, that's deep.
Man, that's, when people be like, yo, you selfish.
Got self-love, yeah.
Selfish is a great thing, bro.
Kobe said that.
Huh?
I seen an interview with Kobe saying that.
Selfish is beautiful.
It was Jordan. I think it was Jordan.
It's beautiful, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, I got to pour into me first. You know what I mean? That word selfish it's not a bad thing. We got a negative connotation over the word selfish.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be selfish. When you're on the airplane, if they say the plane's going to crash, they don't tell you to put that mask on somebody else first. They tell you to put it on yourself first. When you put it on yourself, now you're getting the oxygen that you need. And if you can, then you go help somebody else that's next to you. See what I'm saying? I can't put you before me. It's impossible.
How you gonna love somebody if you don't love self?
It's impossible.
You're gonna let people, manipulate you, gaslight you, whatever. In every relationship, I ain't even talking about even in a relationship.
If I smoke crack, I'm gonna pass you the crack pipe.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to do.
Right.
But if I want to make millions of dollars, I'm gonna show you the way to make millions of dollars as well. Because this is what I want to do. See what I'm saying? So it's all about self-love at the end of the day.
I agree with that.
That's a fact.
That's deep. So what made you want to start creating content? I see you be online. I'm always on your Instagram tapping in. You be dropping them jewels.
At first,
What inspired you?
it was just Instagram thing, you know what I mean? Just to get my music out there, 'cause that was the way that as I sit back, I'm like, what I'm doing this for? And then when Instagram put out the bonus reel, that's when you start getting money from it. I'm like, oh, I gotta tap into this, you know what I mean? So now I'm like, and right now that I'm in Texas, one of my big homies, he called me. We was conversing, and he was like, yo, I don't see you be posting your music like that no more. So I'm like, you know, I said, Texas got me relaxed. I'm out here just, and I took a picture with my feet up. Literally, I was just watching TV with my feet up. I was so relaxed. He was like, damn. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, yeah, man, but that was like a light bulb of an understanding that I got to get back into my motion, and I got to stop playing, being too relaxed. So this is 2024 right now. I just dropped my single today. It's called, you know what I mean?
Tap in. Y'all tap in.
It's out right now. So it's like, just give me an understanding that I just got to keep putting my work out. So that's just the grind, man. I'm a creator.
Inspirational. I'll be watching. Keep going. I see how you do the content. It's very professional, very lit. You be on. I'll be like, okay.
Appreciate
I be
it,
taking
man.
my little notes. Like,
Yeah, I
bro,
appreciate
he
it,
doing
man.
this shit. Keep going, man.
Yeah, man. It's consistency at the end of the day, too, man.
Motivating people.
I tell people, I can't tell you what to do. I could just inspire you.
Yeah, you
know
inspire
what I mean?
me.
I could just inspire you. Tell my son that all the time.
Let's talk about music. You mentioned, you know, you got dropped a single. So, what do you feel like you want your impact to be, and what do you feel like your impact gonna be in Afro beats, and what can you bring or have you brought to the game that you feel separates you from other artists?
I call myself the West African Dream because I'm a guy that escaped a 18-year civil war in West Africa, Liberia, due to the blessings of my father being keen as he is. So I want to instill into my African culture in Liberia that coming to America, you get a lot of information here because the culture in America and the culture that's in Liberia, I'm saying Liberia, but there's a lot of other undeveloped countries that have the same type of mentality. What we learn here, we can take back home and instill them with the education that we have here. And I'm not just talking about education like in school, I'm just talking about business economics. You know what I mean? Things of that nature, because my country don't have that. So us that was raised in the States, we can actually go back and incorporate some things into that. You know what I mean? Man. So it's like, in my mind, I tell my moms all the time, cause I got land in Liberia and I'm building on that. I tell all the time, I want to be the Trump of Liberia, outside of the political situations that we see all the time. But yeah, I want to do that. You know what I mean? I want to have LAPAès towers in different places so they could understand that belongs to this family.
Very connected, very cultural.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's my main thing.
So that's going to lead me right into my next question. This is deep right here, brother.
Yeah.
I want you to take your time to answer this, right? You know who D1 is?
Yeah.
D1 recently made a post. And he wasn't calling them, he wasn't trying to disrespect them, but he called out a few rappers.
Yeah, I know about it.
So I want to ask you, as a very talented rapper, you in the industry, do you feel like rappers in the industry, they should have a cultural responsibility to, you know, take accountability for the message they put out there for the youth?
Everybody should take accountable for anything that they do. But it's entertainment. Like Fat Joe said, he lied majority of times in his music.
Yeah, but I think that's accountability. 95% of it.
Yeah.
He has a lot of influence.
He
said, I was doing 95% of that shit.
Not to derail off the question, but we're gonna get back to it, but it's like, what about the actors?
Right.
You know what I mean?
We don't hold them accountable.
We don't hold them accountable.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
I'm bringing it back to your question. I can understand why we hold so much accountabilities to rappers, because we come from a place that's real. And rappers shouldn't feel some sort of way, because that should just give us an understanding that how much power we have as a global entertainer because they're not giving athletes that type of pressure. They're not giving actors that type of pressure, but they're not even giving singers that type of pressure.
Right.
They giving, not even painters.
I think
they giving rappers that type of pressure.
I feel like they got the most influence on the youth.
We do.
Especially on the youth. They
We
got
do.
so much influence.
We do.
I
So
grew up listening to these rappers. Everything they were doing, I thought, okay, this is right.
Yeah.
Long clips and choppers, Boosie,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, everything he said was law.
Yeah.
Gucci,
Yep.
Yo Gotti, you
Yep.
know. So I feel like that rapper, but I don't only want to blame it on the rapper because it's like the parents, the
That's a
individual
fact.
listening to the music. You need
That's
to
a
hold
fact.
yourself accountable.
That's a fact.
Some shit I listen to Lil Durk and all them. I don't listen to that shit to go drill. I used to 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Now I go to the gym and go crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody got to have some accountability.
But it comes to the mindset, like you mentioned before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your mentality and your upbringings. But my son, my oldest, is 21. And he would tell you, he not a street dude. I already raised him in Brooklyn. He would tell you.
Right.
He ain't no street dude. You know what I mean? He listens to Dirk sometimes, but that's not his cup of tea.
Right.
'Cause he understand, that's not his lifestyle.
Right.
So it's like a lot of these youth, they want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And they be playing themselves trying to imitate that. Like,
Yeah,
be
emulate.
yourself
For
at
real.
the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do certain things that you don't want to do.
Right.
If it's not you, if that's not you, don't follow that path.
Exactly.
Simple.
Exactly.
But it's just the influence, man. Cause back to what we talked about, the upbringers. I was influenced by the streets as well. You know what I mean? But it's part of the game. As a rapper, we hold 100% accountability. I can understand you want to say that it's your job, cause it is.
I think the way he worded it was like he was giving them respect. Like
Yeah.
he could have said Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy. He said y'all because y'all older. Like
But he named some names. He named Rick Ross and
okay, so
Jim
he said-
Jones.
and Meek Mills. So
And Meek Mills, yeah.
I asked you the question directly now.
Yeah.
He was saying y'all should be evolving with y'all music because y'all getting older and y'all
That's a fact.
evolving. So he said to Meek Mills, and I agree with this.
Yeah.
I love Meek Mills.
Yeah.
I grew up on his music too. On one hand, you the face of prison reform.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you and
got
Rick
you.
Ross just dropped the album promoting serial killing.
Yeah.
You confusing the youth. What's your thoughts on that?
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. Jay-Z
He
showed
said we doing both.
Jay-Z showed the way though. Jay-Z would tell you, Sean Carter didn't tell you to do that. Jay-Z told you to do that. You see what I'm
Real.
saying? He's
Yeah.
letting you know. This is rap music.
Mm-hmm.
What we see today is Sean Carter, the businessman.
Right.
When homie's rapping, now he's rapping, he's still Sean Carter. But
He be
before
dropping
he was,
June.
he
Because he evolved. He evolved.
He's
I love.
evolving.
He's a perfect example of evolve. I love Jay-Z.
100%. But that's why cats, my boys,
He evolved.
my homies, they be like, yo, you always Jay-Z. I'm like, yo, pay attention.
Look at his life. Look at his
what he's
life.
doing, bro. You know what I mean?
He evolved and he dropping jewels.
It's not just because he's from New York and from
No.
Brooklyn. No, pay attention to,
Nigga the GOAT.
oh my God, the way he formulated. That's why you have other artists is trying to mimic that.
Yeah,
They're
they
trying
is.
to follow that blueprint.
And he doing it right.
He's doing it right.
The influence.
You got to understand it.
What's your thoughts on loyalty? You feel like loyalty sometimes can be a liability? And also, do you feel like how you navigate the challenges of people who may feel entitled or ungrateful and feel like you owe them some shit or something?
That's crazy, because loyalty. I tell people don't mix loyalty with stupidity.
Yes.
I used to do that. You know what I mean? Because it's like you think you're loyal, but you're hurting yourself at the same time.
Yes, you is.
So now you're being stupid. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's comes to self-love again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you see what I'm saying? So you have to understand, because if somebody's really loyal to you, they're not gonna put you in a position to pick yourself over them.
Right. Or to pick them over yourself.
Correct.
Yeah, you make. I feel everything you're saying. I'm thinking about different little. It's making a lot
I'm
of sense.
not gonna put you in a position to be like, damn, I gotta like, he wants me to do this or she wants me to do this, but what I gotta do this though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put myself first.
I'm gonna put
That
myself-
self-love is. So I want to ask you a question because you brought up self-love. Nipsey Hussle, he said, and I live by this. 'Cause I used to always put everybody else first. Nipsey had a quote, and I want you to expand on it. He said, you can either be at war with yourself to be at peace with everybody else, or you could be at war with everybody else to find that peace with yourself.
I'd rather go to war with everybody else and find peace with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a fact. So y'all can dislike me all you want.
I'm sitting on principles and morals.
Bro,
That's what it is.
when I moved to Texas, I ain't tell nobody. Like literally, I told everybody when I was moving the week before I had to come here. So I'm telling people like my moms, my dad, friends and family, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to Texas next week. I'm moving. They think I'm lying. They think it's probably gonna be a year from now, months from now. I'm like, nah. The reason for me to do that is no love lost. It's just the fact I'm protecting my peace, because you might try to tell me certain things that might influence me not to make those moves no more. This is a business move for me coming to Texas. So it's like, I ain't want nobody to derail me off my plan.
Right.
So I felt like, you know what, let me just not say nothing to nobody, my intimate circle, my mom, my wife, obviously, and the kids.
Yeah, because people, I call them dream killers.
Word.
When you tell them, they have you question,
Yeah.
you know what you need to do,
Yeah.
you got to, like, people telling me you shouldn't be creating content. That every time you tell people what you got planned, because like Jay-Z said, you can't do it. Don't tell me what I can't do. You ain't willing to put the work in to do that.
You pouring your insecurities on me.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. Sometimes there's no love lost. Some people don't even know they're doing that. It's not their intentions. Then you got the people that have their intentions. So go back to your question of loyalty. Loyalty is key.
Is it a liability though?
It could be a liability if you be stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
Without
That's
the self-love, you know what I
perfectly
mean?
said.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You gotta have that
He
self-love.
dropping jewels to you. Ooh, y'all better tap in.
I'm
Hold
talking
on.
off experience.
That's
That's
real
all
juice.
it is. I mean, I ain't get this from no book or
Yeah.
no podcast. This is from experience.
That's real.
So it's like, it gave me a great understanding that, yeah, bro, you have to, loyalty does come with accountability, but that's what I said. If I'm super loyal to you, I'm not gonna put you in that position for you to question, should I? You know what I mean?
Right.
You had another question with the loyalty.
How do you navigate through the challenges of people who are entitled and ungrateful and feel like you owe them some shit?
Oh, that's easy for me. I don't give a fuck.
But for it's a lot of youth watch the page. They don't understand how to navigate.
What you should do, always fall down to self-love, man.
Yes. He giving y'all Jew, that's because it is.
It's always boil down
It
to
is.
self-love. because
Boundaries and shit.
There you go, that key word, boundaries. Understand, I got boundaries with my 2-year-old.
Yo, for real.
You know what I mean? I got boundaries with my 2-year-old. Like, yo, I'm not gonna do that. You're not just gonna
Yeah.
tell me you wanna do this all the time because you two.
Right.
No,
That's how I am with my son,
like,
26.
we're not gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand your boundaries. That's key, man. And that boundary comes with self-love. 'Cause when
You have to do.
Self-love is the umbrella that has a lot of things under that.
Yes.
And the boundary is the key, bro.
I agree with that.
Boundary is the key. So yeah, man, self-love.
Yeah, self-love, it allow you. I agree. I feel like once you love yourself enough, you understand, like,
Bro.
I'm not gonna allow this to happen. I know if I'm standing on. So what's your thoughts on principles and morals? When it comes to you think?
Morals is like, it's a fact. Morals is cultural, because every culture has their own morals.
Right.
We live in America. There's 2 different cultures in America, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You got Black America, you got White America.
Right.
And both cultures have different type of morals, but we have similarities as well.
Right.
So you have to understand, when it comes to the morals, there's certain things you have to implement. But when you do have to understand, when you go to somebody else's culture, those morals is not going to click.
Right.
For an example, you got street etiquette, that's morals, and you got corporate etiquette, that's morals.
Right.
You can't take that street etiquette into corporate morals.
That's deep.
It's not going to align.
Right.
Somebody might betray you in the streets. You want to go lay them down. You can't do that in corporate. You're going to have to take them to court. You're going to have to sue them.
Yeah, it's different.
See what I'm saying? So you have to understand the difference. So your morals is key to me. You said morals and what else?
Principles.
Principles. Principles shaky, because the word stems from Prince, and that comes with entitlement. So, and that could also get you in trouble. That entitlement, because you feel like this principle allows you that you have to do certain things, but you really don't have to.
Right.
So I rather shun principles and stand on my morals. Because
Right.
my morals have
Well, that's
integrity.
deep. Ooh, that's deep.
You see what I'm saying? That's me personally.
And so now, as we wrap this up, my final 2 questions, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat, man. You gotta, don't duck no action. You gotta answer this. Can't duck, and I need it in the order.
Yeah.
So if I get to that question, I'm gonna ask you, a very controversial person. What's your thoughts on a great, late rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, and do you agree or disagree with the way he went about modern day relationships? That's my first question for the hot seat.
I rock with Kevin Samuels.
Why?
Because he's speaking facts, he's speaking truth. I learned, my wife even likes him.
Okay.
But she always, she told me this. She's like, you can't learn from someone that's going to insult you.
Right.
And that hit me. I was like, you're right. Even though he's
The
speaking,
message.
the message is there,
Yeah.
but he's insulting.
trying to
at the
get
same-
views. Yeah.
Exactly.
He playing the game. He doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the Charleston White type situation. So he's,
Yeah, I can fuck with Kevin. I know Charleston Wright be saying some real shit, but I seen like he went at it with Mike's son.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like, why you coming at Mike's son? Like, this is a stand-up nigga. He out there working for the community. He
Yeah.
out there putting the work in.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. Like,
Yeah.
but I do like some of the shit he's talking about. But I stand on certain principles and more. Like,
there you go.
you don't need to be talking about a person that's G'd the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
this nigga G'd up, did time, came home. He all the way for his people.
Yeah.
I just don't respect that.
I'm with you. But yeah, Kevin Samuels, to me, he's the GOAT, man. He had a message to everything that he said. I
Yes.
felt like he was actually telling the woman on how to get that 6-figure modern man.
Mm-hmm.
That he was just saying it in the way that they're not gonna hear it.
Right.
Some is gonna hear it. All of them is not gonna hear. People gotta understand women move off of emotions, off of impulse.
They was listening to him. Even they act like they didn't really hear him. They was listening to
Yeah,
what he was saying.
some heard it, and some caught the message. You know what I
Some,
mean?
yeah.
Because he used to talk about how he was changing relationships. People
Yeah,
would
he
call
did.
him up and be like, "Yo,
He had a
Yeah.
Facebook group.
word is born."
People got married. A lot of people got married out that group.
Fact. You see what I'm saying? So I understand it. Those are the ones that's willing
Mm-hmm.
to change and understand and take accountability.
Yes. Oh, I was gonna have one more question, but I'm gonna ask you one more before the last question.
Yeah.
Cause I need your insight. When it comes, and this is a random question. I just thought about it when we was talking about Kevin. How do you respond when because I did this on my own podcast. When you know that the words you're gonna say to a person is gonna hurt them, but you want to be truthful.
Yeah.
How should you navigate that? This is for me. It's the person I want you to
Yeah.
tell me. I know that I don't want to tell you this because I know
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt you, but I have to be real. I have to be honest with you about what's going on.
Me.
And do you think it's a tone you should use?
Definitely a tone, but you have to ask yourself, what's the benefit of you approaching the situation?
Right.
Is it going to resolve something?
Yeah.
If it's not going to resolve something, there's no need to ask that question. But if it's going to resolve something, definitely tonality is the key. You know what I mean? Or even write it.
Yeah.
My wife and I, she introduced this to me. This is why we don't argue 14 years later.
Right.
In the beginning of our relationship, obviously, it was always tension. It's going to be tension in anybody's relationship because you're trying to get familiar with each other. You know, you don't know each other yet.
Mm-hmm.
So she presented like a nice looking book, like hard copy. It ain't like something dope, looks clean. And she presented it and said, whenever that you have to say something to me that you feel like it's going to create tension, write it in there. Date it,
That's deep.
name it, put your name on it, sign it. If I see you writing it, that means I have to go to that book and read it and respond.
That's deep.
And we keep responding until we know that we could verbally converse about this.
Yeah, that's raw. That's raw as hell.
Bro, my wife and I don't argue.
Yeah, that's raw. Y'all better tap in, my boy, man.
So if you willing to approach the conversation because it's worth doing so, yeah, tonality is key, or even write it.
Right, okay. In the final, as we wrap this up,
For sure.
the final question,
Yeah. Drum roll.
drum roll. I need an order too. I need an order. Who is the best? You from Brooklyn?
From Brooklyn.
Top 5 all time.
Dylon. Nah, I'm just playing.
Top 5 all time rappers.
Top 5 all time.
I need an order.
You need an order.
Top 5. Don't duck it.
Yeah, my top 5 is KRS-One. That's number 1 for me.
Okay.
And I met that dude. He got a copy of my book. That's my. I got pictures of that. KRS-One.
KRS-One.
Obviously Jay-Z. Jay-Z's the
2?
GOAT. Yeah.
2. Okay.
Nasir Jones. That's Nas.
Nas. Ooh, great Nas. He after Jay? You got him after Jay? That's the order? Or you just telling me the names first?
Telling you names. I can't.
When the order? You ain't gonna do. I need that order.
I can't give you an order.
Nah, I need that order.
I don't even know how. All right, so if I'm gonna give you an order, all right, check this out. I'm gonna put KRS-One because he impacted me to speak lyrical and talk and rap.
Right.
Not just to say anything.
Right.
KRS-One let me understand that you have to have some sort of conversation with the music and rap.
Yeah,
just don't say anything.
He's conscious now, yeah.
Conscious.
He's very conscious now.
Then I'm gonna give Jay-Z because
2?
Yeah, because he's a spitter.
Yes. And what he did after, outside of that.
Self-explanatory.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the GOAT. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Nas because he's lyrical as well. See, these are all lyrical sharpshooters, wordsmiths.
I like your top 3.
Yeah, that's
great,
3.
Great ones.
Yes, sir.
Like yourself, you great.
4.
4. Who 4? Come on, man. 4.
Who's 4? Damn. 4 and wide. You know, the first thing that's coming to my head is 50. Because 50 is like
my favorite all time, 50.
50 business-wise,
Mm-hmm.
50 just his aggression.
Yes.
Self-love. He's showing you self-love.
Yes.
He's like F y'all. You know what I mean? He's over here like, you don't like what I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You know, he's showing you his personality. 50 laws of power.
And that last one, that's very hard. Who's gonna be your last?
Damn.
Whew. You gotta give me a name. That last one.
I need 6.
6?
I need 6.
Give me 6. Give me 6. We can do 6.
I'm gonna give it to my big homie, Raekwon the Chef.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Cause
I don't know. Educate me on it, because I heard about him a lot, but I don't really know nothing about him. I heard that name so
Raekwon
much.
the Chef is one of the sharpshooters from Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
Wu-Tang Clan is like the Beatles of hip hop.
Okay.
They are the group of hip hop.
Yeah, I got something tatted from them. Is that shit?
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money.
Yeah, we had a
dollar bill.
I had
y'all.
a little crew. We named our name after the Cream Team.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Look, tattoo.
You got that's his song.
And I didn't even know.
You don't even know.
Impact, cultural impact.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's his song. See what I'm saying? And he's the one out of Wu-Tang that brought the street life into Wu-Tang.
Right.
Because Wu-Tang was more lyrical and on some kung fu type vibe.
Right.
Raekwon the Chef is the one that articulated the street life into Wu-Tang.
Everybody always shout him out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm giving him that. That was 5.
Who's
and
6?
And I'm a slide in Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
Ooh, Prodigy. I heard him a couple of times.
Yeah,
Prodigy.
that's hands down.
Did all that time, right?
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. And 50 signed them.
I was listening to him when I was locked up on my 7 years.
Prodigy.
He was on the. I'm like, this motherfucker in jail on the radio. I'm in upstate box, and he
Yes,
rapping
sir.
from the cell. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Prodigy is the GOAT, man. Rest in peace.
Okay. Well, you wanna speak to everybody where they can follow you at?
Yeah, you can follow me on every social media, you know, kNERO LAPAÈ with the silent K, kNERO LAPAÈ, LAPAE, silent K, on all socials. You can find me, just Google me. I'm a master barber that's in the Fort Worth, Dallas area.
Best barber I had.
I'm out here
Ever.
killing the game. I came out here. The plan wasn't to cut hair, but it happened to be, and within 5 to 6 months, I took my spot over a storm. Got a shop in Jersey called Supreme Team Barber Lounge. We're about to open up another one in Dallas around here once the structure is formulated correctly. And I'm going to take it day by day and just set up shop over here. And I'm trying to build a team. Well, trying is a disrespectful word. I'm going to build a team out here with all sharpshooter, great mind thinkers, and we're gonna build and make this money. Texas about to make me a millionaire. For sure.
Y'all continue to support, the White Chalk Yellow Tape podcast. I appreciate y'all for following the page, tapping in with me, allowing me to, go up. Y'all been following me the whole 23, 24. This is the first interview. I had to get a legend. He done taught me a lot. Just cutting my hair, going there, dropping jewels. He, taught me a lot of game. I respect him. I look up to him. Y'all tap in, follow my brother, follow me. Continue. We doing big things this year.
People don't understand, man. Barbering is a form of self-therapy as well. We therapists. We converse with clients. That's why I don't do ladies' hair like that, because I don't want them to sit in my chair and telling me some things, and I'm gonna tell them some things that's gonna help them, and they're gonna start falling in love with me because they man not doing it. I don't want to be a part of that. So yeah, I appreciate you, man.
And I don't like that. I'm recreating myself, and I ain't looking back. And they gon' criticize my future, it's like they did my past. Picked up the mic, dropped the packs, cause now I'm fighting back. I'm trying to rebuild them communities I was killing fast. Yup. And with a master plan and discipline, I'ma turn my young thug niggas into some businessmen. Focus on what we got in common, not our differences.